No, we wanted, there was more of Garundi's story left inside us, all of us writers, Gunjit, Diggy and myself. There was more of Garundi's story left. Uh, At the end of the first season, Garundi had, gotten married, gotten over the sort of the messy past and the messy family life that he was coming from, and starting a new family life. And it felt like, the story got over. But one thing was interesting was he managed to get out of the previous situation. But what if the sort of the past lingers in his life and the past comes back, and how will that affect his newly married life? Those were interesting dynamics to explore, so and we wanted to do that. I mean, I'll be honest, the idea was not to deliberately do, like, if you are making a new season, then let's do it all new. And it wasn't really that. The reason for not continuing with Balbir's story, the role that was played by Surinder Vicky, fantastically played by Surinder Vicky, if I may add. Uh, the reason for not continuing with that was that we ran out of story for him. We had closed all his emotional arcs, and now continuing with that would have felt like, we are sort of dragging it just for the sake of making a second season. And hence, we thought of a new character, and that's how Dhanvant comes in. But Garundi's character was always from day one, because we felt, even when we ended, I remember Gunjit and I having a discussion, and we were like, when we ended the first season, we were like, yeah, okay, if we ever have to make season 2, we have Garundi's story. बलबीर का सोचते हैं, if we can think of something.
In fact, I remember that you guys had planned something like he's going to be around. मैं कुछ तो नहीं बोलना. But I remember that when you conceived the whole thing, there was Balbir sir's character as well.
Right.
For some time.
We tried to.
Yeah.
We tried to, but it couldn't really.
So Balwant, my question is for
you.
how was it entering back into the world of Kohrra? Like, how was it reprising the character once again?
This time round, the writing was very. The first season was terrific, of course, everyone knows. But hardly happens that the second season is a notch higher, or a few, maybe. So first, creatively, I was very happy. And the second thing is that I'm very good friends with everyone. So it was more than anything, it was comforting and easy. And also at the same time, when the show comes out, when you will see that I knew that we were going to do something that we were going to be proud of. So it was a very good feeling.
How was it like sharing the screen with Mona and Ranveer?
Yeah, all of us guys became so much like family, और अब ये मतलब थोड़ा सुनने में ऑफ लगता है, but it's actually true. हम लोग, all of us, it's a very healthy set, it's a very healthy set to be on. हम चारों ही नहीं खाली. Everyone is so nice and gentle to be around and motivating. So it's a great place to be.
Question is for you, Mona. So, like, was it the same experience working, like, reprising a character as a cop, like a tough cop? And I think you two have a backstory in this show.
To answer the first question, no, it's just not the same. What I did in Mystery and what I've done in Kohrra are just two very, very different parallel universes. That show was much more lighter. Zindagi was hardly solving any case. She was just. She was way lighter as a cop, did not have multiple layers, to her character. But whereas Dhanvant, she's very, very serious, very layered, nuanced, very well written, to show a woman in a masculine culture, especially in Punjab, where often, she's subjected to harassment and bias and less support from the supervisors, and, just trying to prove a point constantly. Going by the books, often, correcting Garundi ki protocol follow karo. There was so much more to play, and also dealing with the personal loss. So, and also while solving the case, you know, they understand that the grief, loss, yearning is not just limited to the victims. You know, it also affects the investigators. And there are a lot of silences, unspoken, unresolved pain, and an unspoken understanding that Garundi and Dhanwant share. So I really enjoyed it. It was very, very satisfying to be playing Dhanwant, which I've never done before.
And speaking of it, like you said, this was a very different character. You have already portrayed several characters over the years. So how has that changed, like your decisions between choosing the characters in your journey?
I think the script really chooses you more than you saying yes first. But yeah, I think every character has taught me something, has you know, I've grown with every character. It evolves you, changes you. You know, you reinvent yourself, get excited about the new challenges. So I think that's how you stay relevant and get out of your comfort zone without staying complacent, you know, by doing and repeating the same thing, which I have consciously stayed away from. So I'm just very grateful that, you know, I'm getting such brilliant opportunities. Yeah.
Sudeep sir called me after. I watch a lot of shows that are made. The ones that I watch, I feel like I'd love to work with these people, the creators of those shows. One of the shows was Sir's other show and Kohrra season 1, and we discussed this at home that if I don't want to do everything that's thrown at me, there's not a lot of stuff that's also offered to me, which is the honest truth. But मेरे को ये था कि if Sudeep sir ever, if I get to work with him, I'll definitely take that opportunity because that's the kind of work I want to do. And luckily, or I don't know, just when you want something, it's not one of those Gen Z manifestation things, but you have certain people that you want to work with. Got that opportunity. The test came, and I didn't just do it. I looked at it, I read it, and I said, I'm going to do it in 6-7 days when I'm fully like ready. Because I don't want, even if I get the role or not, I don't want him to see me in my 100% I have to give. So I did that, and I was hoping that I get the part. But I didn't care at that moment कि ये कितने scenes हैं, how big is the part, what is the positioning and all that. I was like a person, this universe, the way they work, if I get into it, I want to just work, do something good so that I can always be part of, like he said now, the same family. You go back, you work with people. I loved the part when I read it because earlier I had only one scene, and then he explained. And the thing is that this character that I'm playing is also, there are layers to it. There's vulnerability, thoda sa, there's the sketchiness also, and that protective father wants to take care of his kids a lot. So I loved playing it, and I just I would love to do a lot of things back to back if it was the right kind of project. So with Sudeep sir, it'll always be great, and that's it. It took me time because it's the right kind of thing that I want to do.